Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Chase Race number 7 in the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series here in Season 5. Getting ready to go under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the AAA Texas 500. This is certainly going to be a wild one, and based on what we've seen in prior history here in the past 2 nights with truck and Mobile One Cup Series action, it certainly is looking like it's going to come down to who is going to be the one that will survive this race. You can bet every one of the chasers in this field on pins and needles. Not sure if they're going to be able to make it or not to the end. Not sure if they're going to stay where they were in the standings coming into tonight's race when they leave and head next week to Iowa. Not sure that if tonight could be the night when their hopes to win the championship could be dashed as they fall mathematically out of contention. All those questions that they may have stirring around in their minds are all going to be answered at the end of tonight's event. On the pole for tonight's event is Jacob Lawler, as he'll put himself into the Season 6 Sprint Unlimited, provided he has a ride next season. He's going to start alongside of fellow Toyota, but not teammate, Charles Jackson in the 20. Charles Jackson, actually the highest running of the non-chasers in points, 13th in the standings. Has been having a pretty good season, even though he didn't make the chase. Jackson looking for his second win of the season. Then you got some chasers lined up in row number 2, including the points leader Sean Henley. He is going to be on the inside of row number 2, and alongside of him, Cole Daly in the 17, 5th in the points, currently a total of 23 points behind Sean Henley in the standings. Then lining up in row number 3, I believe that's the Energizer paint scheme of John Cittadino. He'll get the 5th starting position. He comes into this race 9th in the points, one of 2 3-time winners this season, him and McLeod being the only 2. And then alongside of him is Pichu London in the Michael Waltrip Racing Toyota. Trying to look further back, trying to find some other chasers. If you look back behind the bright green car of Joshua Michaels, that is the Rainbow Warriors paint scheme of Aaron Williams Jr., who comes in 3rd in the points, currently a total of 16 points behind Sean Henley. As a matter of fact, let's tell you what the points actually look like coming into tonight's race. Henley comes in with a mere 1 itty-bitty point advantage over Adam Chambers. Then it's a total of 16 points back to Aaron Williams Jr., as we said, 17 points back to Austin Ogo, and then a total of 23 points back to Cole Daly, 5th in the standings. The rest of the top 10, as it looks, Hayden Klein, Anthony McCurry, John Cedino, James McLeod, and Barney Ward, all top 10, only separated by 50 points, still in the running for it. As a matter of fact, Dylan Pote, 11th in points, he is only 54 points back, so he still is in contention as well. The only driver who really has an opportunity to miss out on winning the championship tonight would possibly be rookie Mary Cole. She's 12th in points, right now a total, I believe, of 90 points back from Sean Henley. She needs a good run tonight in hopes that Henley, Chambers, Aaron Williams Jr., all those guys hit trouble tonight in order to get herself even close to getting into mathematical contention for the championship. Time to get these cars rolling off. They'll complete a couple pace laps while they do that. We will show you the full starting grid for today's race, where you can see where all the rest of the drivers, including all of our 12 chasers, will be peppered through this field. And my apologies, it was not John Cittadino rolling off from 5th. That was actually Richard Johnson in the Bush's Grill and Beans Toyota. So my apologies to that mistake on my part, but here is your starting lineup. And another fail on my part. From the front view, it looked like Jacob Lawler had the pole. I was wrong. It was George Roque driving the peak performance paint scheme this week. So that's 2 fails I've hit so far here, and we haven't even taken the green flag. Oh boy, I'm in trouble if that's going to be the case. Anyway, let's see if I can get into the swing of things here. As George Roque, Charles Jackson get ready to put us under the green flag. 34 laps of racing here tonight. Can they keep it green? Will we have a good race, or will it be a wreckfest like our Trucks and Moment Cup Series race? We're going to find out as they take the green flag and head now into turn number 1. These drivers able to get up almost to 200 miles per hour when they get off of the back straightaway here, so very high speeds here at Texas Motor Speedway. So you see right there, George Roque has already hit the 200-mile-an-hour mark, now up to 205 almost in the middle of turns 3 and 4 as Henley moves to second. Henley wants more. Henley's going for the lead. And keep in mind, Sean Henley, defending Snickers Cup Series champion, points leader right now, winless this season. Very unusual there for Sean Henley to not have a victory this season and be atop the chase points. He would love to be able to pick up his first win of the season here tonight at Texas. And keep in mind, he won the Truck Series race here, so he's got some experience of going to victory lane. But George Roque hanging pretty tough there on that outside line. Drag race is going to be won by Sean Henley at the stripe that time. But awfully close there. And here's a driver who's actually been doing really well in the past few nights, both Trucks and Mobile Cup Series. That's the hometown boy, Trent Dunham, up here in the top 10 for this race as well now, as he's going 3 wide with Dylan Young and Richard Johnson. Speaking of 3 wide, Danny Wells just made it 3 wide with George Roque and Sean Henley, and he's going to lead a lap. Cole Daly was able to get himself down to the inside line. He now is going to move into second past Sean Henley. Dunham now looking for third underneath of Sean Henley with Jake Rogers right behind. Here comes Aaron Williams Jr., third in points. He's coming up here as well. Let's jump back and find where Adam Chambers is. I think I saw him back there in that new Cheerios Betty Crocker Dodge paint scheme. There he is. Oh, contact between himself and Matthew Rodriguez. That was close. Derek Reed, Matthew Rodriguez, Adam Chambers all making contact. Somehow they kept it together. And that was mighty close. Nearly had second in the points. Adam Chambers involved in a wreck here on lap number 5. And up ahead, Danny Wells. He has just checked out. Look at the lead he's got right now. Now over new second place driver Trent Dunham. Jake Rogers now back in third place. Keep in mind, Jake Rogers, as I recall, had a pretty good run in the Snickers Cup Series race last week at Lime Rock. And so he's coming off a bit of momentum. Still trying to pick up his first win of the season in the Snickers Cup. Aaron Williams Jr. back there now in 4th place and has moved up to 5th. Barney Ward in that 29. 10th in the points, but only 50 points back from Sean Henley. Still able to get himself into contention. Plenty of time to do it. And right behind him, battle between 2 teammates. Oh, gotta look at the battle up front, actually. I was going to look back at Jordan Davis and Cole Daly battling for the 6th position, but Trent Dunham tried to get the inside of Danny Wells, couldn't do it. Aaron Williams Jr. now going to go to the inside of Jake Rogers. That's for 3rd place. And Barney Ward going to follow right in his tire tracks, trying to take 4th place away. Right now, Chevrolet is up in front here with the exception of Jake Rogers in that Toyota. But now Chevy holds the top 4 spots. None of those Chevrolets are teammates with the exception of the 29 and the 31. Trent Dunham out of Earnhardt Ganassi. Aaron Williams Jr., of course, out of Hendrick Motorsports. And Trent Dunham tried to get the run the low side there. Danny Wells in the middle groove was actually able to get the better run off of turn 4. Aaron Williams Jr. about to have a teammate come up in the mix here. There's rookie Danica Shirley. Great run for her tonight, currently in the 6th position. And here comes Adam Chambers. He has worked his way up here now, and he's currently in the 8th position, just between 2 Fords. The 98 of Trent Whitney, a former Snickers Cup Series champ in his own right, and Sean Galligan right behind him, running the Ford parts paint scheme tonight for the Wood Brothers. Oh, and there's someone in the wall back there. Someone's in the wall. I don't know who, but somebody got the wall, and I think that might bring out a caution. Let's look back here. Oh, Wido Savotas is off the pace. Kyle Sosnowski's off the pace. Matt Rod, along with Austin Ogo and Mary Cole. 2 rookie chasers involved in this one, and the caution did indeed come out. Danny Wells, who had a nice lead there over that battle for 2nd place, that's going to dwindle away awfully quickly now. So everybody's going to line up here under the caution flag. As they cross the stripe, It was Danny Wells, the leader, Aaron Williams Jr. second, Ward was third, Danica Shirley in fourth, and I believe Trent Dunham was fifth. Yes, he was. And we're going to stay here and not look back at the replay just yet, because I think we're going to have pit stops take place here on lap number 11 of 34. Unbelievable that we had a nice green flag run there to start this race off. And here come the leaders. Wells, Aaron Williams Jr., Barney Ward, Danica Shirley, Trent Dunham. One driver staying out. Not sure exactly who that was. I'm thinking it might have possibly been Jake Rogers in the 93. So I'm looking. Yes, that's exactly who it was. See what the strategy is going to be here for these guys early on. I mean, we're almost halfway. We're about 6 laps away from halfway. Right side tires going on the Mountain Dew Code Red Chevy Impala for Richard Childress Racing of Danny Wells. See if they'll go around to the left side. Yes, they are. It's going to be a full 4-tire stop for the leader. Oh, Barney Ward's already completed his service. Aaron Williams Jr. off. Slow stop for Danny Wells. Can he get out ahead? Oh, he makes contact with Richard Johnson on pit road. And now he's been blocked in. Danny Wells has been blocked to his pit stall. Charles Jackson got spun by Trent Whitney. Pandemonium taking place there on pit road as Danny Wells has been held up by Richard Johnson on pit road. He's behind Cole Dowling, now has to teleport back to his pit stall, and that's going to be a tough break for Danny Wells and that 31 team. As the leader off pit road, I believe, was Barney Ward. I think he just barely beat out Aaron Williams Jr. And a few drivers actually did stay out. Jake Rogers was one of them, and another one was Dylan Poteet in the 78. So it looks like they will restart first and seconds. We're going to look back at the replay and see what puts out the caution for the first time today. But what a tough break that was for Danny Wells. Well, this wreck actually took place in turn 1, but it started all the way back here in turn 4. Right there you see contact between the pole sitter George Roque and Zach Campbell in the 9. Roque is sent down into Mary Cole Chevrolet. Two of them make a little bit more contact as they're both going through the infield grass. I saw them go through the grass, but I thought they had it saved. Apparently George Roque was able to hang on to his race car. Mary Cole not quite as lucky as we're going to see here. I think she's going to slide up, maybe make some contact there with the 83 of Austin Ogo. Right about here. Yep. She couldn't bring it up there in time back onto the racing surface without making some contact with the 83. Ogo going to get into Matthew Rodriguez, White Sabotas involved. Mary Cole get kind of wheel hops there. She had more contact with Ogo. And there's Sosnowski there in that jade green 48. Nowhere to go. And look at Sean Henley, the points leader. Man, oh man, did he make a good job of missing that. My goodness, he nearly got a big chunk of it. Oh, Pichu London sideswiping the Kyle Sosnowski machine. Somehow he got through. But Matt Rod involved there along with White Sabotas and Mary Cole. We said she needed a good run here tonight in order to keep herself in championship contention. That wreck right there that she was involved in may have just dashed her hopes of winning the championship. Austin Ogo, 4th in the points. This is going to impact him greatly as well as he's got damage. Made a pit stop at one point. He also has come back down to repair damage now. So this could be the end of his night. And Kyle Sosnowski there along with White Sabotas, Matthew Rodriguez. Just innocent victims caught up in this as well. So we're under the caution for the first time tonight. Let's go back to green. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. Looks like Mary Cole actually is able to continue, but she has fallen at least 1 lap down to the leaders. Let's see what the official word is. Yes, 1 lap down to the leaders. We also have word that Hayden Klein has gone back behind the wall, or else he's a lap down. I don't know what the deal is there. That's another chaser that's hit problems here tonight. Let's find out. Oh, he's on pit road right now. I'm almost wondering if he may have had something happen to him on pit road as well, just like Danny Wells. He's getting 4 tires, fuel, and returning to the racetrack now. So troubles for Hayden Klein, who came in 6th in the point standings, only a total of 25 points back from Sean Henley. Danny Wells sitting idle on pit road. Also, some other drivers that have had problems that we don't even know what's happened to them are Eric Burton and Rohit Vidarvu. They're listed in 40th and 41st. Let's see if they're anywhere here. Where's Eric Burton? Eric Burton's DNF'd. And Rohit Vidarvu has done the same. And you gotta think this may be chalked up to pit road incidents. I don't know. The only driver who we officially know has DNF'd from things that we have seen is Austin Ogo. Eric Burton and Rohit Vidarvu also DNF'd, but we don't know what has happened to those drivers. Top 2 decided not to pit. They are Jake Rogers and Dylan Poteet. They're going to be first and second. That's going to be Barney Ward. He was the first to pit. He'll come out in third. Fourth, Aaron Williams Jr., teammate Danica Shirley in fifth. Rest of the top 10 are Trent Dunham, Trent Whitney, Dylan Young, James McLeod, and pole sitter George Rope completes the top 10. So we go back to Green, Hayden, Klein, Mary Cole proving to be not much of a factor for the leaders here at least. As Jake Rogers, Dylan Poteet, they have yet to even come down pit road. Don't know how long they can make it without having to make a pit stop. Maybe they were banking on a quick caution coming out. We'll see if they get that. If not, they're going to have to pit under the green flag, and that could be problems for them. And they're going to have to pit now. They're pitting now under this green flag, and that's going to hand the lead over to the first car that pitted. That's Barney Ward in the 29. Out of every driver in the chase, 3 drivers have not won a race. One of them is Mary Cole. Her odds of winning tonight do not look that good. The other one is Sean Henley, who is current points leader and defending Snickers Cup Series champ. And then the last one is this guy, Barney Ward, in the 29. That could change here tonight, as we have now reached the halfway point in tonight's event. Seen a few drivers up front that we haven't talked about all night long. Dylan Young there in the blue deuce. And right behind him, 3-time winner James McLeod, 9th in points, trying to get himself back into contention for the championship. So he's going to stick Dylan Young in the middle, 3 wide. Sean Galligan right there in the 21. Adam Chambers up there. And oh, Trent Dunham! Trent Dunham got spun! He saved it, but he spins George Roke in return. Callum Wales is spun around. And it's a big pile up. Trent Whitney is in it. Trent Dunham did not escape it. He was in it. Lawler has been spun around. Danny Wells is in it. Mary Cole, Kyle Sosnowski, White Savotas. I think just about everybody got little pieces of this. Danica Shirley. I saw Emilio Navarrete. Jeffrey Buckeye. Oh, look out, Poteet! Slow down. Jake Rogers may have gotten involved. There's White Savotas, Matt Rod. Oh, Madison Sieber. Pichu London. Tim Walsh, our winner from last week at Lime Rock, is in it. And Hayden Klein's got damage, as drivers are coming down, making pit stops now. James McLeod's got a little bit of damage on his car. I don't know if he was involved or not. There's the leader, Barney Ward. He just finished up his pit service. Looks like he's going to beat James McLeod out. So Barney Ward's going to be the leader again under this caution flag, I would think, after a really fast pit stop for him and James McLeod. Let's take a look and see what happened, though. A big pile up on the front straightaway puts under the caution for the second time tonight. Well, this started with a 3-wide battle off of turn number 4, and Danica Shirley is going to be the one that turns Trent down into George Roke. Danica also makes contact with Sean Galligan, but I think Galligan was able to get through it. And look at Aaron Williams Jr., chaser right behind this. Chambers going to be able to get by on the low side. There's Callum Wales going to get clipped by George Roke. Jordan Davis going to get a piece of it. We'll have to look further up in just a minute. There's Hayden Klein, Tim Walsh getting involved. Danica going to turn right in front of, I believe that's Trent Whitney. How about Ralph Mason? Nice miss by him. Oh, there it is right there, bottom of your screen. Trent Dunham runs into Callum Wales. Tim Walsh hard hit into the wall there after rolling the dice with pit strategy last week paid off. Derek Reed, runs into the back of Trent Whitney, so he was involved in the 13 car. Now look at all these guys trying to slow up. Oh, Buckeye got a piece of Danica Shirley. Watch the 15 of Jacob Lawler. I think he's going to get hit from behind by Madison Sieber. That's exactly what happens. Joshua Michaels gets some contact. Oh, man. Who in the world hit Danica Shirley that hard? She just went flipping. Well, that might have been the 18 of White Savotas. Let's watch. 88 comes down. No. Oh, Anthony McCurry in the 61. Another chaser. 7th in points. I didn't know he got even involved. There's Matt Rod getting a piece of it. Jake Cole gets shot right down in front of Emilio Navarrete. Danny Wells and Kyle Sosnowski caught up in it as Danica flips onto her roof. And just look at the carnage. Jake Cole there in the 44 involved as well. Mary Cole slides right into him. And I did not see Anthony McCurry had gotten involved. That's another chaser involved in this. And just look at the carnage. Jacob Lawler in the 15, Alex DeMarco in the 19. I think they may have gotten slight contact from all of that. There's Jeffrey Buckeye there in the 22. A tough break for him as he's been putting together some really good runs as of late. But my goodness, my goodness. And you can see everybody up here just trying to avoid everybody else. trying to figure out, are you damaged? Are you off the pace? I don't want to run to the back of you. I'd say we had a good 15 to 20 cars that got either little pieces of this or massive impact from this wreck. And it involved quite a few chase contenders as well, including Mary Cole and Anthony McCrory. Let's go back to green flag racing. Well, after our last caution, we only had 3 drivers that went back to the garage area. I think there are going to be a lot more back there now. The official word is these are the drivers that are currently out of the race, and they are as follows. Well, actually, I got to look back and find out, because they got some that are listed here. Okay, Sosnowski's still on the track. Let's take a look at the lap cars here real quick. I just got to see who's a lap down. Alright, so it looks like the drivers that are officially out of the race then are Derek Reed, Pichu London, Matthew Rodriguez, Jeffrey Buckeye, Danica Shirley, last week's winner Tim Walsh, Madison Seaver, Wido Savotas, Anthony McCrory. This may have ended his championship hopes. He'll finish 35th. Jake Cole out as well, along with Emilio Navarrete, Hayden Klein, and Mary Cole. They join Eric Burton, Rohit Vidarvi, and Austin Ogo back in the garage area. 4 drivers are lined up on the inside line, 1 lap down. Trent Dunham, Dylan Poteet, Danny Wells, and Jake Rogers. Here's the top 10 as we go back to green flag racing with what will be 13 laps to go. Barney Ward is the leader. James McLeod second. Third is Dylan Young. Fourth is Sean Galligan, and Adam Chambers now works his way up to 5th. John Cittadino now in 6th. 7th place is the pole sitter George Roque. Then it's Jordan Davis in 8th. Aaron Williams Jr. 9th. And 10th is going to be Callum Wales, even though he ended up getting T-boned by Trent Dunham. Let's find the rest of our chasers here. Sean Henley going to roll off from 16th place. Cole Daly going to run off from 21st. And then, of course, we told you Dylan Poteet is 1 lap down. Those are the chasers that are still in this thing. So the green flag comes back out here. It's like if we're looking at chasers to contend for this win, we got to look no further than Barney Ward, James McLeod, possibly Cole Daly, Aaron Williams Jr., and Adam Chambers. And John Cittadino, too. He's up there, too. So we do have some chasers that are still in line to maybe pick up a win here tonight. For a majority of the chasers have done a good job keeping it clean. And, looks like some pit stops being made. Barney Ward come down pit road, and that turned the lead over to a battle, actually, between Sean Galligan and Adam Chambers. Chambers now going to go to the lead as John Cittadino looms right there in the 3rd position. Now he'll peek to the inside of the Wood Brothers Ford and take 2nd position away. So right now, chasers hold the top 2 spots, Chambers and John Cittadino. You know, I was thinking, too, these things cycle around and James McLeod gets back up here inside the top 5 again, we could have 2 bidders for our first ever 4-time winner in a single season in the Snickers Cup Series. John Cittadino's been up here inside the top 5 for quite a few laps, and of course James McLeod up there as well. He restarted in the 2nd position, so this is an opportunity for either one of those drivers to make NNSCRA history. Chambers would love to be able to try and put himself into contention to make NNSCRA history by becoming a 3-time winner this season. So he will lead that lap there, just ahead of Cittadino and Galligan. Now the question is, when are these guys going to have to pit? Everybody else is pitted. See who else may have stayed out. Well, these guys are laps down a lap. Okay, Charles Jackson actually had a really good run last week at Lime Rock. He's currently in the 4th position. And behind him in 5th, that's going to be Ralph Mason in the 87. A very nice run for him. John Cittadino now looking to the inside of Adam Chambers. That is for the lead. But the big question, when are these guys going to have to pit? These guys, I believe, last pitted back on, I believe it was lap 18 when these guys last came down pit road. The first pit stop they made was on lap 15. So we know they can make it at least 15 laps. If they pitted on lap 18, that means they'd be about 1 lap short on fuel. Will they try saving some fuel and making it to the end? Oh, look out, look out, look out. Chambers gets held up behind George Roque. Looks like he's going to get around the high side. Oh, they're backing up here. This is not good. George Roque needs to peel off. He needs to peel off and let them go. This is not going to end well at all. They're going to split him 3 wide. Oh, Cole Daly getting held up there. Oh, this is not good. Meanwhile, up front, Sean Galligan going to make the move to the inside of John Cittadino. That's for the lead. There's another slower car. That's Callum Wales, who restarted inside the top 10, don't forget. And he's going to hold up Galligan. So Cittadino now going to open up a huge lead over everybody else after those 2 lap cars, Callum Wales and George Roque, play havoc with the rest of the leaders. Galligan has now cleared Callum Wales, but that's brought Adam Chambers right back up to his back bumper in a battle for second place. This all going on behind the leader, John Cittadino. Lap car Jake Rogers going to get by, but Charles Jackson in 4th, and Ralph Mason still keeps himself in 5th. How about James Silverfox? He's moved himself up to 6th place now as that rookie. Joshua Michaels, he's now up to 7th. 8th is Zach Campbell. 9th is Trent Whitney, and Cole Daly now taking 10th away from his teammate, Jordan Davis. And oh, there's a caution, caution, caution. Where's that spin? Was that Kyle Sosnowski? Or was it James McLeod? I don't know who it was. Somebody spun in turn number 2, and I don't know who it was. It could have been Sosnowski, it could have been McLeod. However, they could have just been leaving pit road too. But John Cittadino is going to be the leader when we come to the stripe. There'll be 4 to go. Remember, Cittadino, Galligan, Chambers, Charles Jackson. They have not pitted since lap 18. I don't know. I don't think they can make it the rest of the way, but we're going to have to see if maybe they can save some fuel under this caution flag. Nonetheless, though, we're going to take a look and see what puts us under the caution for what could preferably be the final time tonight. Well, folks, we may have a new rivalry brewing here in the Snickers Cup Series, even this late in the season. Take a look at this. James McLeod going to get into Kyle Sosnowski, turn him into the infield grass. Now, watch Sosnowski's speedometer. 196, 195, but you can see he is not scrubbing off speed at all. Full speed down the infield, and take a good look at this. It's been a while since we've seen tempers really flare between two drivers. This may be the start of one. Watch here, Sosnowski going to come down onto the apron, and watch how he clearly is going to target that very driver who turned him right here. Up the racetrack he comes. Back up into James McLeod. Dylan Young getting a nice view of that one. And those two going to go up and slam the outside retaining wall. We may have a little bit of a rivalry brewing here between James McLeod and Kyle Sosnowski, taking place here in our 7th chase race. That late in the season. But my goodness, those two really showing their disdain for each other. McLeod turning Sosnowski off turn 4. The retaliation by Sosnowski. This could be brewing into something really, really big. And speaking of brewing into something really big, 1 lap shootout to finish off this race. Oh, baby. John Cittadino, he has not pitted since lap 18. He's the leader. Same deal for Sean Galligan in 2nd. Chambers is currently in 3rd now. 4th place, Charles Jackson. And 5th place will be Ralph Mason. James Silverfox, 6th. Joshua Michaels, 7th. 8th is going to be Zach Campbell. 9th place will be Trent Whitney, and Cole Daly rounds out the top 10. Then it's Jordan Davis, 11th. Richard Johnson up there now in 12th. Aaron Williams Jr., 13th. Sean Henley, the points leader, is in 14th. However, I don't think he'd be the points leader right now because Adam Chambers came in only 1 point behind him, and he's currently running ahead of Henley. DeMarco currently is 15th. 16th place is going to be Jacob Lawler. And that's it for the cars in the lead lap. Everybody else is at least 1 lap down after we had that whole cycle of green flag pit stops. So I believe, let's see if we can find out. There are a total of 25 drivers on the racetrack, and as we said, 17 of them are on the lead lap for the finish of this race. It's going to be green flag and white flag displayed at the exact same time. If the caution comes out at any point during the segment, it won't matter. They will race it back to the line. First driver to reach the start-finish line will receive the checkered flag and be declared the winner. So it's a 1-lap dash to the finish. John Cittadino trying to become the first ever 4-time Snickers Cup Series winner in a single season. Sean Galligan trying to pick up his first win of the season. And Chambers trying to go to victory lane for the 3rd time this season. See what Sean Galligan's going to do here. Playing a little game of cat and mouse, perhaps. A little bit of mind games. He is there. But Chambers is right on his back bumper. Can Galligan make any move here into turn 3? Chambers gets moved to the high side. Galligan loses ground. Galligan's got a pit on the final lap. Out of turn 4 for the final time. The Axe Apollo Chevy, John Cittadino, wins. The rookie sensation of domination has made NNSCRA history by becoming the first ever 4-time winner in the Snickers Cup Series. What a rookie season. Top that with the fact he's the first ever 4-time winner in a single season in any series, be it trucks, mobile, or Snickers Cup. John Cittadino The rookie sensation of domination has done it and made NNSCRA history here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway with the winning of the AAA Texas 500. What an impact John Cittadino has made since coming over to Earnhardt Ganassi Racing for his rookie season. A 4-time winner in only his first season in the Snickers Cup. It came down between him and James McLeod for a majority of this season on who was going to set that historical mark, and John Cittadino answers the call tonight, and just think of how big this is going to be for him in the point standings too. 3-time winner, now 4-time winner, came in 8th in the point standings. My goodness, this could change the aspect of the chase big time. What a tough break for Sean Galligan. You see him there. He had an opportunity to maybe win this thing. He could not make it the rest of the way. Cittadino must have saved quite a bit of fuel under that caution flag or something, because he and Galligan both pitted last on the same lap. Cittadino was able to make it to the stripe. Galligan was not. As always, we will show you official top 10 results. Cittadino becomes the first ever 4-time winner in the Snickers Cup Series and in the NNSCRA as a whole. Adam Chambers, runner-up tonight, new points leader heading into next week. However, next week it's Sean Henley's stomping ground of Iowa, so we'll have to see if Chambers can hold him off there, but it's going to be Adam Chambers being the new points leader of the chase standings heading into next week. Charles Jackson, great run for him, a great follow-up from his great finish last week. He'll get third. I think this is the second straight top 10 for him. It's same deal for Ralph Mason. I think this is his second straight top 10 finish. So he's going to get 4th place. Jordan Davis, great run for him in 5th. I believe he was the... Oh, no. Cittadino was the highest finishing rookie. Jordan Davis, second highest finishing rookie. Jacob Lawler, great run for that 15. I don't think we talked about him all night. He was involved in that front straightaway wreck, as I recall. He gets 6th. James Silverfox, great run in 7th. 8th place, Joshua Michaels. 9th place was Cole Daly. Great run for the guy who came in 5th in points. And Alex DeMarco in 10th. 5 rookies inside the top 10 for the finish of tonight's race. Great runs for all of them. Let's take a look at the rest of our chasers, where they finished. Sean Henley, not too bad. 11th place finish for him. However, that's going to have him 10 points behind Adam Chambers heading into next week's race. Aaron Williams Jr., great finish for him in 12th place. Guy who came in 3rd in points. That'll keep him up at the top of the standings. Looking further down, Dylan Poteet, 1 lap down, but he finished in 18th place. Barney Ward, he was up front for a while, but he finished a lap down in 23rd. James McLeod, we know hit problems he had with Kyle Sosnowski. He survived this race, though, to finish 25th. Looking further down the leaderboard, you got Anthony McCurry, who DNF'd. He finished in 35th place. Hayden Klein also out of the race in 38th. 39th place was Mary Cole, and finishing dead last tonight was Austin Ogo. So, John Cittadino makes history tonight. Becomes the first driver ever to win 4 races in a single season in the Snickers Cup Series, as he does it here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Adam Chambers becomes the new points leader heading into next week. Remember, he was a Season 2 Snickers Cup Series champ. It's been very interesting to watch the battle between the two former champs, Adam Chambers and Sean Henley, atop the point standings, but who knows, next week, new names could pop up at the top of the standings. We'll have to find all that out. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Congratulations once again to John Cittadino, as he has made NNSCRA history here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Here comes your official finishing results, overall points, rookie points, and chase points, heading into our chase race number 8 weekend at Iowa, our final short track visit of the season next week. You've been watching the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.